Hey everybody. I just wanted to make a quick video. Obviously, everybody in the baseball community has heard of the recent passing of Tim Wakefield. And it came as a shock, I think, to all of us, especially us Red Sox fans, knuckleball fans, and Eddie's Cardboard Chaos did a good video, I thought, about Brooks Robinson when he had passed, just thinking on it. And that kind of inspired me to do one about Tim Wakefield. Of course, I heard a few days ago that he is sick because Curt Schilling decided to announce that to the world without permission. I've heard some people say that might be like a HIPAA violation, though I believe HIPAA only has to do with patients and doctors, and Schilling isn't a doctor, he's just an idiot. So I don't think that it's necessarily a HIPAA violation, but it's certainly wrong that he shared it. But when I heard it, I thought that was unfortunate, but I thought, Tim Wakefield would have, a fight ahead of him, and was kind of shocked that only a couple of days later he had passed. And so I just wanted to do a quick video. I found that rookie card of his in my Red Sox box. He was just a great Red Sox. I had the opportunity to get him in person a couple times when I was a kid. He was okay in person, not the greatest, but he was never mean. He never yelled. He never was grumpy. He just had stuff to do, and honestly, at Fenway Park, it's not convenient to sign in person. When I was a kid, you had to bend down under the garage, but I have a really nice 99 Upper Deck signed. It's part of a display, so I can't show it off here. He's joined the Red Sox in '95. They picked him off the scrap heap, and he was just awesome that year. If you go back, I think he started out 14-2. And it's one of the reasons why the Red Sox went on to win the division that year. He had a couple close calls with no-hitters that year, I think against Baltimore, and I remember one in Oakland. And he was just awesome. He was so much fun. And then he was just kind of a mainstay with the Red Sox, and he did basically everything you could ask of a pitcher and teammate and player to look up to. He did it. He was a closer for a while in 1999, like a knuckleball closer. How crazy is that? But he did it. 2004, before the Red Sox made their great comeback, Game 3 of the ALCS, if you remember, the Red Sox got hammered. They lost 19-8, and Wakefield basically just said, "Give me the ball and let me go." And he saved the bullpen, and he got battered around, and he said, I'm going to take it for the team. 2003, of course, he was the last guy in the bullpen and was pitching to try to extend Game 7 after they had blown it in the 8th, and give a home run to Aaron Boone, and I think he took that pretty hard. But I don't think anyone in Red Sox Nation ever blamed him for it. We knew why he was out there and why he was in the position he was in. And again, he just gave it his all and tried his best for the Red Sox. He was a Red Sox through and through, and hearing of his death sucks. It's just terrible. And I'm of the age where players that I've watched and grown up with, Tim Wakefield's one of the first to pass away, to be honest, other than, some crazy accidental deaths. But, it's kind of a shock to me because I'm starting in that age now where in Tim Wakefield, I was what, 13 when he joined the Red Sox, 12 when he joined the Red Sox. And so I watched him all the way through, almost to when I got married. He was on the Red Sox forever, 200 wins, third all-time in Red Sox history for wins. I remember when he made the All-Star team in, 2009, like the huge outpouring of support for him to get on an All-Star team after all those years. I do have these two nice autographs in my collection. They're from the Red Sox Wise Food Drive, which they used to host every year, and I'll do a video on this sometime. And basically the wives would get donations for food, and they'd have their husbands sign pictures, and it was at first $5 or 10 canned goods, and then it turned to $10 or 10 canned goods, and then just $10 to get an autograph photo. And Wakefield was great about doing it every year. I mean, he players would come and go in terms of whether they participated. Manuel Ramirez did it 1 year and then never again. I saw Schilling in there. I only went to a couple of years when Schilling was on the team. He did it 1 year. Pedro did it a couple of years. Wakefield did it every year. He was always a participant. And you get a great autograph. And so, yeah, just for Red Sox Nation and baseball in general, baseball lost another great guy this week, and it stinks. Yeah, I feel bad for his family. His wife's, obviously, thanks to Schilling, we know she's going through a battle too, and losing his kids, losing their father at 57. What can I say? Tim Wakefield was a great Red Sox. He was, at times underappreciated, I think, because of the way his pitch was, knuckleball. There are times where he was not great, and that's the essence of the knuckleball, right? Sometimes I was trying to explain to my daughter how sometimes it was just awesome and filthy and he was so good and no one could hit him. And then other times, if it wasn't spinning right or the wind wasn't moving right, he'd get pounded. And so he was great, and at the same time, not great all the time. But as a Red Sox, as a professional, as a man, as a player to look up to, he was fantastic. He'll be missed, and I just wanted to just share my thoughts. He was great, and he's one of those players that slide under the hobby. Nobody really collects Tim Wakefield. But now when you think back on his career, I'm glad I have him in my collection. I'm glad I have a rookie card and a couple autographs to represent him if and when I ever get a sports room, because he was a big part of Red Sox history, and he was, a quintessential Red Sox for me. So rest in peace, Tim Wakefield. I hope your pain is over, and I hope you find peace and enjoyment wherever you've ended up. Thanks, guys. Bye.